I just did it. I just paid my last bill. I am now officially, well, pending the processing and whatnot, out of debt, out of consumer debt. I don't have any more credit card debt, any more student loan debt, car debt. Feels great. Little lost for words. It's definitely something that I didn't think would happen for a long period of time. It's something that I don't know. It's something that previous to the past year or so. It's something I went back and forth about, thinking I'm just gonna live with that forever, or there's got to be a way to figure this out, et cetera, et cetera. And then in the last year, I really got into gear, and that's a function of one, just being really blessed and increasing my income over the past year, um, but also really focusing in on everything. So I'm just really grateful and thankful for the opportunity to be able to really focus on this. And I don't take that for granted. If you're in debt and your income is lower than your total debt, if you have to support a family or children or yourself, if you have health challenges, don't let any of these videos make you feel like you're doing something wrong. And there's a great segue into some tips and maybe lessons learned. I think the first is stop watching those videos. Stop watching those YouTube videos. How I got rid of $100,000 of debt in 3 months. How I eliminated $500,000 in 2 years. Blah blah blah. Those videos are just, they're not good for your mental health. And honestly, there's no secret sauce. There's no math here. There's no organizational structure that's going to get you out of debt faster than you can get out of debt. It's just going to be you focusing on it as much as you can. And sometimes, some days it's going to be just getting the minimum payments out. Some months you get a little bit more money. Sometimes you have a little bit less to spend, and you can add to it. And then hopefully you're increasing your income over time, and you're able to then really push yourself and really put stuff away. I think the second tip is to try and focus on one loan, one debt per moment, I guess. I don't subscribe, as I mentioned about the math in the videos. I'm not subscribing to a snowball method or snowfall method or avalanche or whatever natural disaster you want to use. But I do think you should focus on one thing. So in every case, in every moment, especially over the past year, I had one debt that I was focusing on, and I put everything into that, and then paid just minimums on everything else. And if I was far enough away that I didn't even have to pay minimums because I had put enough away, then I didn't touch it at all. And that helped me really kind of chop things down, and it does build momentum. I'm just saying, don't worry about putting them in order by lowest balance, by highest interest rate. Find the debts that you want to tackle first. For me, I had a loan co-signed with my parents. I had to get rid of that loan. I had student loan debt, and I just didn't like having student loan debt because I wasn't using my degree. I'm not, my skill set is way beyond the degree I got, almost 10 years ago. So um, I really just wanted to get rid of that debt. The car was almost done, and again, there's another debt that, like, I was paying on it, but I already got the benefit. I already have the car. I've already driven it for a while. So I really wanted to get rid of that. So I got rid of that really early. I was in debt for, I had financed our wedding ring, the wedding ring for my wife. That was something I tried to eliminate as soon as possible. So those were, some of the debts, and then it came down at the end to all I had left was the credit cards. And while the credit cards weren't annoying the way that those other loans were, then it was all that was staying in the way between me being debt free and not. So that's what I tackled next. Now, what were the interest rates? I'm not 100% sure of many of the interest rates. What were the balances? I'll probably show a montage at the end of different balances that I had. But no matter what, it was the way that I stayed focused, and that's what I encourage you is find your own way to stay focused. Maybe that's the snowball method, or you think you're doing something mathematically better than you were doing before. That's great. But don't force it. So stop watching the videos. Find what works for you. Um, and don't forget to live. At the end of the day, could I have been out of debt 6 months to a year earlier if I didn't go on vacations, if I didn't buy wine, if I didn't go out to eat? Sure. Would I have been miserable for the last year, and would my marriage be in a strain, or would my mental health be in a strain because I wasn't paying um, to take care of myself? Yes, also true. And that's why I say don't forget to live. I'm out of debt at the earliest that I felt that I could, and still live and still be okay. I bought a house in the middle of being in debt, and I know that's not the best mathematic choice and the best debt choice, but it's what made sense to me. And now I think a lot of people can see now that COVID has happened over this past year. Being in a house last year made a lot more sense than doing it, thinking about it now when the whole world is very different than it was. So um, yeah, that's all I'll say. This video is getting a little longer. I'm probably just rambling because I'm just kind of excited and thankful. But thanks to everyone that's been supportive of me, my wife, my family, um, everyone that's been along for the ride. If you're watching this video, I appreciate you, because it encourages me to put this stuff out. If you're in debt, please reach out. I'm happy to talk through how I did it. I'm happy to help you work through your debts if you like as well. Um, Otherwise, that's it. I'm gonna get into the day now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.